Hello there, my name is Nana and welcome back to my channel. So here we talk everything about sustainability, zero waste living, veganism, body positivity and so on. So if you are somebody who enjoys any of these topics, make sure to subscribe to my channel without any failure. So today's video I thought we'll make it like something like a fun thing to do. I'm not trying to offend anybody here. I'm just trying to make fun of the small things that I hear very often. I'm just trying to make you understand hopefully and put out my outlook about this thing so that hopefully I will not be hearing most of these all the time. If you are somebody who is a vegan, who is facing these questions, hopefully these answers may help you put out your version of it too. So now let's find out what are those things that we as vegans are super tired and bored of hearing. Do you get enough protein? This is probably the most common questions that any vegan faces when they turn vegan immediately. I mean, it's like everybody suddenly turns into a nutritionist and starts caring about your health. When you were not a vegan, it's like nobody really cared what you ate, when you ate it, how much you ate, nothing. But when you are a vegan, it's very important for everybody to know. And for everybody who is genuinely concerned about my protein intake, let me just say that we have a lot of options for protein as a vegan. There is chana, there is rajma, there is dal, there is beans, there is tofu, there is tempeh, there is protein powders. There is so many options that we have as a vegan too. So I don't think we are gonna go low on protein as long as we do have a balanced diet. So you do look like a vegan. Well, thank you, but what you're saying is basically skinny shaming. So you are basically making fun of my skinniness to make it look like it's because I was a vegan that I was skinny. But I used to eat all the meat in the world before, but I was still skinny. So what about that? Vegans come in all shapes and sizes. There will be people who are extremely fit. There will be people who are on the heavier side. There will be people like me on the lighter side. There will be people of different shapes and sizes who are vegans. Vegans don't come in one size. So I honestly don't understand how that is relevant. Don't you miss milk and cheese and all that? When I started on my veganism journey, I would be lying if I said it was easy to give up on milk or milk products, because like everybody else, I was also very much addicted to it and it was a little bit hard. It needed a little bit of self-control. Over a few months or so, I started realizing that I could easily live without it. And to be honest, there's all sorts of choices in this vegan life too. There is cheese, there is butter, there is curd. Everything is available. So it's not like I'm losing on a lot. So I honestly am totally okay with not having dairy milk or milk products. Why do we eat vegetables then? I mean, plants also have feelings. Okay, so this is the kind of conversation that vegans hate to get into, because most people who start with this conversation are not usually open to reasonable explanations either. They already have illogical conclusions drawn out, so there is no way you can win the battle even if you have facts on your side. And if you do feel that it's the same to, like, say, kill animals and to harvest plants, then why is it that most people or the majority of people cannot sit through the killing of a cow to make it into beef, but wouldn't maybe mind harvesting of rice or wheat or any other crop? Plants don't feel pain. Plants don't have a nervous system or a brain that understands pain. So, yeah. Why not milk or milk products? It doesn't do any harm, but it is harmful. I mean, it's not like the dairy industry these days are like old times when milkman milking their cow and being very loving to the animal and all that. That's not how the dairy industry works. The amount of milk they produce is possible because the industries basically rape these cows with bull semen and impregnate these cows so frequently in their lifetime. And if it is a male cow that gets born and it's of no use to the milk industry, then it just gets thrown away into the slaughterhouse so that it can be made into beef. It is almost as harmful as the meat industry, if not more, because the demand for milk in India is at such an insane high. So please don't believe that dairy industry is very innocent. If you are believing that, you're just being openly ignorant about facts. So please read up about the dairy industry and you will see the reality behind it. My taste buds are more important to me. Sure buddy, if you feel like an animal is made for your consumption, then I honestly have nothing to say to you which is going to change your mindset. Others out there who want to know the answer to this, our taste buds are one of the most tame parts of our body, and it will start liking a particular taste if it starts getting accustomed to it. So I don't think eating meat because of your taste buds is a logical answer. But humans have been eating meat from the beginning of time. And we have been doing a lot of things from the beginning of time. That doesn't mean we do it today. We don't live in caves anymore. And I don't think we really need to kill another living being for our food, unlike maybe in the beginning of time. So what do you do when you have to go out? How do you manage that? For me, Bangalore is a city where I've never had trouble going out to eat as a vegan, but I know that's not the case in all cities. Back home in Kerala, it is a struggle to go out and eat, but it's not like it's impossible because there are a lot of vegan options that you have in mostly all restaurants and cafes. Hash browns, there's french fries, there's dosa, there's idli, there's puri, there are some options, but yeah, I can't have burger, sandwiches, pizzas mostly. Even the vegetarian options have a lot of cheese or butter or some of those things in it. I usually try to tell them not to include those, but it can be hard. Yeah, I've just realized that, but I know that it's getting better in most cities. There are options coming out these days and I am very excited about having those options, and most cities in India are going to have cafes give you at least vegan options. But isn't it more expensive to be a vegan? So honestly, if you stick to your staple products like rice or grains or veggies, fruits and beans and stuff, your vegan products are actually not expensive at all. It's actually cheaper. But if you are looking at the substitutes for your non-vegan products, then it does get a little bit expensive, because right now the vegan market in India is starting to grow, but until now there wasn't too many options, and because of which the pricing could not be very low. But I'm very sure the pricing is gonna go down with more and more brands coming out. We will have plenty of options in the affordable range too, and indulging in some substitutes now and then is not gonna hurt anybody. And it's not like meat doesn't cost anything. Meat is expensive. It's gonna get better. I'm very sure about it, and I'm honestly very excited about it. Can't you have a little bit of this? Just eat a little bit, no? Okay, let me stop you right there. This is something I have faced the most. When I go outside to eat with others or I'm at somebody else's house, it's really tough mostly, because people think that, if it's something fancy, even if it's not vegan, that you would have like a taste of it, or you would have it because you can adjust for a day. They don't understand that this is something like a personal value. We don't want to have non-vegan products. It's just as simple as that. So this is something that I hear a lot, and I'm very sure a lot of other vegans can relate to it, because we all get asked to do this quite often when around non-vegans. So how do you adjust with a non-vegan partner? I'll be truly very honest with all of you. It was not very easy when I turned vegan. and knowing that my husband was not a vegan and may not become a vegan, yeah, it still bugs me sometimes. But I have come around to the fact that I can't really force him into this, and that's not gonna stick. It is something that he has to decide for himself, and I can't decide for him. So I have to give him time and space to see if he wants to shift, and if not, I have to be okay with that, because each person is their own individual and they need to make the decision for themselves. It gets easier with time, and honestly, after a while, you realize that you have to give them their space and let them have their own journey. Let them finally come to decision if they ever want to become a vegan or not. So those were all the things that we vegans hear quite often, and honestly it can get tiring, yeah, because you hear people ask you this so many times and you have to explain on and on and on. And I really hope that if you are somebody who did not realize that you were doing this, I hope that you understand where we're coming from. All of us have different ideologies. Nobody's trying to force you into it. And this is just a quick banter and nothing serious. I hope that you don't take this seriously. It's just a fun way of letting you know the things we hear. And if you are a vegan, please let me know which of these things are the ones that you hear the most. If you have stayed till here, thank you so much, and that means a lot to me. So I will see you definitely in the next week, in the next video. So until then, bye bye.